The N64 console will be one of my all-time favorites. One reason is that there are plenty of great action adventures for the system. Castlevania is one of them, and before I go on blabbering, take a decent look at the intro.
Transylvania, in the mid-19th century, the province of Wallachia. In this time of peace and plenty, no one foresees the return of ancient horrors. But the old legends live, and soon the land will again be plunged into darkness. The people have returned to the path of wickedness, and the bonds that seal their evil ruler's spirit are weakening. Deep in his castle, he stirs from a century of enforced sleep. Count Dracula awakes. Reinhard Schneider, heir to the ancient Belmont clan of vampire hunters. His blood dooms him to oppose the might of Count Dracula. Wielding the holy whip of his ancestors, the young vampire killer begins his quest.
Courage. Don't leave me.
As you could see, the presentation of the game is quite alright already. The game's a classic action-adventure, where you're exploring level after level, mastering quests, finding certain objects, and so getting closer to your target. And this target is to mess up Count Dracula, because the game takes place in the 19th century in Transylvania, when the Dark Lord just wakes up after a long sleep to bring calamity and terror to the world. So your adventure begins in a dark, spooky forest, which isn't so far away from the castle. And your adventure will lead you just to there. But between you and the castle, there are plenty of hard levels and evil spawn. The gameplay shouldn't end in insolvable problems for anybody. Your main actions are, as so often, running, jumping, and getting your hands on different weapons. Depending on which character you have chosen, you can either use a powerful whip or magical powers in form of energy balls. Reinhardt's whip doesn't reach out far, but in favor of that it's pretty powerful. Carrie's magic, on the other hand, is not so powerful, but you can charge it up, and then it's even following your enemies. And by the way, you can attack from a safe distance. Also, there are 4 secondary weapons. First one is a cute little knife, which you can throw far away, but it's so freaking weak that you will do nothing but chucking this around half of the day. The next weapon is an axe, which you are throwing just as well. You don't throw it so fast, but it will cause some serious pain too, so it's good for a proper secondary weapon. Another weapon to throw is the crucifix, a little cross, which is also good for some carnage. And last but not least, there is a patented bathing lotion with a Bavarian purity requirement, the holy water. Those little bottles get smashed on the ground and cause a fire-like effect. When enemies are running into that stuff, their souls will burn away like a hot dog. Well, for all those weapons, you need the red jewels you can collect everywhere. And collecting is a true word here. Since you take items not by just walking by and touching them, you really have to get down and collect them. This is a nice little something, especially when being in the heat of battle with a load of enemies. And there's much of stuff to collect. Next to the mentioned jewels, there are some eatables for recovering energy. Little sacks with gold and some power-ups, and different other junk that's there for certain usage. There are not only red jewels, but also white ones in the game, which you regularly see. These are saving points. For saving, you just need to get down and do the collecting move. Since the game doesn't have a battery inside, you need the controller pack for saving. Since not so many games for the N64 need this tool, you're not running out of space so fast, so this isn't even a true disadvantage. Some of the gameplay elements are already pretty sweet. So in the top left screen corner, there's always running a tiny clock, which tells you about the current day or night time. In combination with that, the light changes between being bright at day and dark at night. This isn't even only a technical goodie, this is part of riddles in the game. There are some doors in certain levels, which you can only open either at day or at night. A little moon or sun icon of the clock also tells you if it is day or night, since in some levels or level areas you can't always look outside. Additionally, sometimes you are given some encrypted information which needs to be interpreted correctly. Often this is information about where you can find something at a certain day or night time. A key, for example. On the one side, this is a nicely integrated gameplay element, but also it can be pretty much irritating. Because of the ancient language which is used, it's not always clear what somebody freaking wants from you. Another meaningful gameplay element is your power level. Your main weapon's power can get increased 2 times. So there are 3 levels. The thing is, every time you start over from a save point, your weapon is at the weakest level. Doesn't matter if you were dying or just turning off the console. This element always causes some sort of compulsion to go on playing and watching out for your life. The more aggravating it is when you're failing at a jumping passage and begin your quest as a milquetoast again. But at least then you won't have something to lose and you can try to slaughter everything down that has more life than a brick. Castlevania would already offer adequate fun if you could play through once, but you do have 2 characters to play with and you should do so. Apart from the fact that playing through is rather different with either of them, both are mastering a few different levels and you get to see different cutscenes, which shows something like a passive story. If you collect certain bonuses over the game, you can even unlock new clothing for Carrie and Rheinhardt, with which you could again play through the game. But if you'd like to have them in front of you all the time in that gear, I'm not too sure about that. I can only guess that some sort of specialists out of the Konami squad have been working on this game, since I don't know so many games where the controls are doing such a big split. Means at the same time the controls are rather awesome, but also frickin' bullshit. So basically controls are fine, your maneuvers at the controller get properly transferred into the game. But especially when it comes to all the difficult jumping passages, where even the smallest mistake will cause you to croak in a gulf, some acid water or anything like it, it's all the little bugs that could possibly drive you mad. Here, have a few examples. When you're not tilting the analog stick exactly the same direction where your character is looking to when jumping, he will do his side jump and you're quite possibly sailing down to somewhere where you're not gonna like it. Most likely without breaking right into death. Also, when you're suddenly tilting the stick into the opposite direction while running, your character will first slide along a bit before turning around. When you are accidentally just touching the stick the wrong way on a small platform, that could already be the end of your adventure. Oh well, the game seriously has the potential for sudden controller death. When you're about to throw it against a wall when you're dying 1,000 times at the same point. And I was really kicking the bucket a load of times on the same levels because of such crap. And I was getting so extremely mad that my neighbors might have possibly thought I am a chainsaw killer. Oh, god damn it. Well, here, enjoy my glorious and insane moments of death. Oh, damn it! That was just stupid. Oh, damn it! You can't be serious about that shit! Oh, crap! Just again! Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, crap! You can't be serious with that, can you? Now, what the fuck was that? Can you tell me? I don't get it. What the fuck was that? Oh, come on, you can't be serious! Aw, not again, dude. You're fucking stupid, man. Now, can you fucking tell me what the hell was that? Oh, no! Damn! Oh, I don't get it! How could you do this? Hell damn it! What the fuck did you just do? How can you be so stupid? I was moving into the other direction! What the hell did you do? Oh, fuck it! I can't believe you're too stupid to do that shit! As mentioned at the beginning, the game has an appropriate presentation. Rather appealing and stylish scenes. It's a shame that the game doesn't keep this level, because as you will experience when progressing, many scenes are involuntarily funny. When the narrator in the intro lets you hope for more well-made speech, you're gonna realize that apart from a few lines from Dracula himself later, all the cutscenes are only staged with text and no speech. So it comes that you can forget about a good impression of actually nicely planned scenes. But honestly, that is the lesser of the evils, because there's an overtopping circumstance which is blowing to waste most of the possible atmosphere here. And this circumstance are all the existing animations in this game. I already mentioned that specialists must have been working here, since without any exaggeration, this game is having the way worst animations I ever had to experience in any 3D game I ever played. Calling them rough would be a compliment. They are jerky and pretty much embarrassing. Look, there you have a cutscene in a dark and creepy environment, with atmospheric music, vampire killer and enemy facing each other. And then you just see weird text messages clattering down while the characters are standing stupid around or moving stupid and awkward, or the camera moving around in a rough way, or things like that. It's just terrifying. The animations are so goddamn bad that you will end up in random laughing. And it doesn't really help a horror game when you're randomly caused to grin around. Another reason for the regular fail of proper atmosphere surely are the graphics, which are not the real deal for 99. The textures mostly offer proper transitions, but often they aren't very high resoluted. The polygon models aren't the most complex ones either. You've got to admit that some enemies like the skeleton warriors are looking pretty interesting, but they aren't compensating it very well. Just take a look at Carrie and Rheinhardt. Nobody was covering himself in glory there. Never minding that both are looking rather colorful for a horror game, many cutscenes are staged a little stupid because they are staring into the camera with their roughly textured faces. But well, I need to be fair, so not to forget about the positive aspects of the visuals. Even though there is rough modeling all around, many areas of the levels are looking pretty harmonic. One reason for that is that they were using the obligatory fog very well, so it is this element which gives the proper polishing to the levels. As far as I can see it, it wasn't used the cheap way to cover up a bad engine. While this one here isn't the measure of all things as well, but while it is solid, you don't have to deal with serious slowdowns, it mostly runs with proper 25 frames. Another visual element which shouldn't get swept under the carpet are the special light effects. And I am not talking about the flexible light effects, for example the light emissions from Carrie's energy balls, cause those aren't any special here. I mean the light transitions between day and night, which are made very excellent. The change of brightness and colors are looking pretty realistic and are some of the very few steps this game is ahead of other N64 software. While so far the game is fair to middling, at least the sound is rather delighting. All of the music perfectly fits the intended atmosphere and was technically very well designed. Most of the music's out of the game I put on my hard drive. That should tell you something. So, some major kudos to the music designers. I can't tell about a single bad thing here. Same goes for the sound effects, which perfectly fit the content. Sound awesome, they're more than striking. When somebody's playing this game and you only hear him for 5 seconds without seeing anything, you will know immediately it's Castlevania. Already all the sounds from the Skeleton Warriors are absolutely distinctive. While graphics or contents of the game are sometimes sucking balls, your ears won't have any reasons for complaining.
Worm, you dare oppose the power of darkness? Is it death you seek?
Castlevania is no playable revelation, that's for sure. But it's definitely worth its cartridge, which doesn't count for every N64 game. The game does really have some major flaws, but gladly most of them don't belong to the actual playing and don't mess up the gaming fun much. In theory, the game is recommendable if there wasn't a sequel to the game. Watch out for that test to find out what I mean. So, Castlevania has solid graphics, while they are not uprooting any trees. But so does the sound, which is definitely a high quality special element. A shame it's such a difference to many other weird elements of the game. A really heavy polarization. The way it is programmed, the game offers quite some fun, even though there are enough things that could have been let out for saving moments of frustration. But well, here the feeling of going on will often end in another stupid death scene, so then you might switch over to something more constructed than gaming. Don't get me wrong, playing is surely nothing bad, but it shouldn't be the only thing you're filling your free time with. But at least Castlevania has the potential to offer a few nice hours concerning this hobby. At least for everybody who isn't too fixated on modern games, cause everybody who might have a problem with almost being able to count the polygons should possibly spend a few more bucks and get himself something like a PS3 or which number the PlayStation might ever have nowadays. No, 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 fuck!